Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Congratulations. We made it to the end of the week. Boy, what a long week it has been. As I've been saying on every show this week, it's been one of those weeks where everything feels like the days are going by so slow, and yet at the same time, it feels like I'm losing track of time, like things are just happening too fast for me to keep up with. So yeah, I'm glad it's done. It's yay. Start of the weekend. I'm happy. I hope you are happy too. I hope you are having a very good Friday morning. Welcome to Casual Coffee with Ken. I am Ken, and on this show I share interesting, upbeat, fun, and sometimes even inspirational stories to help you start your Monday, Mondays, but help you start your morning off on a positive note. I do this for my own benefit because it helps my depressive brain researching positive, uplifting stories. It's good for me, and I hope that it's good for you as well. I hope that I bring a little spark of joy and maybe delight to your morning before you go out and start your day, whatever your day happens to involve. So we talk about a lot of things on this show, including tea, which we'll get to in a moment. But yes, we talk about tea, we talk about music that I haven't heard, and chances are you probably haven't heard of either, so I share little music clips with you there. And it's just nice. It's an interactive chat show where we can talk back and forth live during the broadcast. If you are new here, and you choose to comment, please let me know where in the world you are watching from when you comment, because I love getting to know my audience. I've had people watch from Canada. Someone dropped in from Ireland one time, and I think I had someone last week from Italy. So it's fun. I love the internet. I love the fact that I can meet and talk with people from all over the world, and that makes my day. I love it. I love meeting people and learning more about different cultures. Good morning, Hodgepodge Life, and welcome from Georgia. So if you're in Georgia, that means it's noon where you are, right? So it's not exactly morning for you anymore, but thank you for spending time with me this morning anyway, as I wake up. Always nice to see you. Thank you for chiming in and saying hi. Yeah, so as far as plans for the weekend, I'm not going to do anything particularly exciting. Well, that's not true. I have a very dear friend of mine from high school whose birthday celebration is tomorrow, and Karina and I are going to attend that, and that should be a lot of fun. And other than that, I'm going to go to the storage unit, drag out the steam cleaner, and attack the carpets, because our carpets in this apartment are older. They don't look the best, and we recently rearranged furniture, and so it suddenly became very apparent the spots in the carpet that needed cleaning. So yeah, that's what I'm going to spend at least part of my weekend doing. Not sexy, not fun, but gotta do it. I hope you have some interesting plans for your weekend, that you're going to do something exciting and fun and relaxing so that you can fully recharge and then attack next week when it comes with a little extra spring in your step, because it's important. And maybe that just means sitting around and reading a book. You don't have to go out and have epic adventures every weekend to have a satisfactory weekend. For a lot of people, it's just kicking back with some tea or coffee and reading all weekend, or maybe it's binging your favorite show on Netflix or Hulu. So yeah, maybe that's what it means for you. And Sean, hello. Good morning, Sean. Hope you're doing well, sir. And yeah, we're just discussing weekend plans. I hope you have something fun coming up that'll help you kind of re-energize your batteries for the coming week. So without further ado, let's kind of just dive right on in. This is the time of the show where I discuss my tea of the day. And again, David's Tea is not a sponsor of my show. We just happen to really love their tea blends. So, but David's, if for some reason someone happens to send you a link to this show, you should call me. We should talk. Yeah, because good product. Love to work with you. Reach out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go to today's tea, which is maple syrup oolong. Now, I can't remember if I featured this on a previous broadcast, but I don't care because it's a good tea and I love it, and I really, really think you'll enjoy it too. If you like maple flavor at all, you should get this. And again, with David's Tea, they are very considerate in how they present their teas on their webpage. You can see that there are the various sizes, but it also breaks out how many cups of tea you're going to get out of each size container. So 15 to 20 cups, those are 8-ounce cups of hot tea from the 2-ounce size. Or if you prefer iced tea, you can expect to get between 10 and 15 cups, 8-ounce cups of iced tea from the 2-ounce size. And then they do the same thing for the 4 and the 10 ounces. This is a fantastic hot tea. I don't drink a lot of iced tea. I don't know, I'm just not an iced tea guy, but I imagine that this is a particularly good iced tea as well. And maybe a close-up here. Doesn't that just look delicious? It's funny, I'm a big fan of maple in a lot of things, but I do not do maple syrup. I don't like it. I don't like syrup on pancakes. I'm much more of a butter and jam person for pancakes and waffles, for that matter. If you have a preference for your flavor profiles for tea, go ahead and make sure to let me know what those are in the comments down below. I might buy a sample of tea, and review it for you. So, but yeah, so that's the tea of the day. Love this stuff. Love David's. They're great. Customer service is excellent, and you just you get a lot of bang for your buck. And hello, Sean. I see you're chiming in from YouTube this morning and not Facebook. Well, congratulations on the YouTubes. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I got a lot I want to cover on this Friday. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of good stuff. This first story comes under our heading Weird News. That's true. And yeah, it's an older story in that the initial event that triggered the news story happened last summer, and the repercussions are now being felt by this individual just recently. So without further ado, it's time for the weird news. So yeah, under strange but true, we have the man who filmed himself licking ice cream tub gets jail time. So this happened last August, so 7 months ago. It took that long for his sentencing to come to pass. It took that long to move through the court system. But yeah, this guy, 24-year-old guy, filmed himself, posted a video on social media of him removing an ice cream container from a freezer, grocery store freezer, licked it, and then put the container back in the freezer. So in addition to his 30 days in jail, he has a suspended sentence, it looks like, for 6 months. He has to pay a $1,000 fine and over $1,500 in restitution to the maker of the ice cream, Bluebell Creameries, because they couldn't take any chances on what he might have done but didn't film, or what wasn't caught on security cams. And they, to be safe rather than sorry, they replaced all of their ice cream in the cooler there, in the freezer. So I guess the moral of this story is to assume that you're always on camera and to not film yourself doing stupid and potentially illegal stuff. I don't know. I thought they sealed that stuff. I thought that too, but there are still some ice cream makers that don't. I have actually, and it seems to be not in the little pint containers, but in the larger tubs of ice cream that you can buy. They don't always have like a plastic seal over it. I have actually opened them up and boom, there's the ice cream. So guessing that is what happened in this case. And good morning, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a very good Friday. Hope you have some fun stuff planned for the weekend. I hope you're not licking ice cream and videotaping it and then uploading it to social media. Because, duh, I cannot believe that. What? That's no fun, Ken? Well, it's no fun to go around licking ice cream, that's for sure. People are strange. I get a kick out of people. The things that they will do. It's just, you never know. So, it was a joke. Yeah, it was a joke, but, you got to know that sometimes some people aren't going to find the joke as funny as you might, and I don't know. They do stuff like that for attention. Yeah, I agree. I imagine he thought it was funny. And I guess if we're talking about this, if the person who had done this was a teenager, you might have seen a little bit of a different reaction. But this guy's 24. You kind of should know better. I'm just saying. I think that perhaps maybe you should have thought that through a little bit harder at 24. Now, again, if it had been a teenager, I think it would have been a whole different situation. But yeah. So, all right, there we go. I have the flu. First time in over 20 years. It was really terrible for 48 hours. Oh, I am so sorry, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cases of the flu going around, of course. But again, if you're washing your hands regularly, you're going to turn into a lizard. So use lotion because your skin's going to get parched. But yeah, just, try to limit your contact, wash your hands a lot, and, don't panic, but just be mindful of touching your face and stuff. And yeah, it's never fun. I remember years ago when swine flu was the big thing, Karina and I got swine flu, and it was no fun. It was definitely worse feeling than the regular flu, but we got through it. It was fine. Not trying to minimize the effect on older people or people with compromised immune systems. I'm just saying, be mindful. You'll probably be okay. It'll be fine. Lots of fun stuff to take your mind off of the flu in the meantime. Uh, any of you who watch my show regularly know that I am a big fan of science and the way that science can improve our lives when it comes to medicine. So, of course, you know, I have a story that involves science, technology, and medicine. I love this. I think this is wonderful. And so it's going to be my story of the day for this Friday. So, Canadian researchers have made a major advance in the treatment of burns. So, burn victims are about to have a. It's going to get good. I can't talk this morning. This is a big breakthrough for burn victims. So, researchers from the University of Toronto, engineering, and Sunnybrook Hospital in Canada have developed a new 3D printer that can create sheets of skin to cover large burns and accelerate the healing process. 3D printers are not just for printing fun little miniatures for your D&D game. They're not just for printing pen holders for your fountain pen. They are vastly improving our quality of life in so many ways, and this is not the least of them. So, not only is this going to help reduce scarring and, you know, be a less painful and invasive way of treating burns, it does promote healing actually. Because the bio ink that it uses is, quote, based on mesenchymal. I know I blew that. Mesenchymal stromal cells, or MSCs, which are a type of stem cell that differentiates into specialized roles depending on their environment. So they're printing skin that's healthy, and that skin speeds up the healing because the cells will identify the environment they're being placed in and speed healing accordingly. It's crazy. It's almost like magic, right? So they've had this prototype printer around since 2018. Here, this reader view isn't working well today, so let's see if I can go away, Ad. See if we can do it this way. So it's similar in method to skin grafting, but it's better in the sense that you're not taking healthy skin from other areas of the burn victim's body in order to do this. So it's a big improvement. You're not taking healthy skin from another area on the patient in order to help the burned area. And as they note, as Dr. Mark Jeschke wrote on here, with big burns, you don't have sufficient healthy skin available, which could lead to patient deaths. So they've tested this on what they call full thickness wounds. So we're talking about wounds that involve the destruction of both layers of the skin and cover a, quote, significant portion of the body. And the results have been very encouraging. They're working on refining it further. And so their goal is once it's used in an operating room, they think it will be a real game changer with saving lives. So it's going to be a while before it's available and put into practice at your local hospital. But again, this is a huge step forward, and this is why we need to encourage the studies of STEM subjects of science, because this kind of thing, I mean, this is going to be amazing for people who need this kind of treatment. It's fantastic. Wonder how long they've known about this and it's just getting to us now. Well, I guess they've known about it for a couple of years because they've been trying to perfect it. Lots of testing. Obviously, you don't want to rush a product like this and have it not work or have it produce negative outcomes through, bad side effects of the treatment. You never want the treatment for an injury or illness to be worse than the actual injury or illness. So I respect the fact that they're going slow, but I respect them even more for even thinking of doing this. It's nobody is, as I've said before, nobody is putting a gun to these scientists' heads saying, you have to research this. They're obviously passionate about what they do, and seeing the need for these types of patients, they decided they were going to do something about it and work hard to improve the lives for these people. And I love that. I respect that so much. It's amazing to me. It just reminds me that there is so much good that we are capable of if we just put our minds to it. And yeah, so I love it. All right, we're going to deviate a little bit here, and I'm going to share a little clip of a new song, new to me, and probably new to you too. I had not heard of this song before yesterday, and it just kind of reached inside my brain and grabbed on and shook it around. In a good way. That sounds painful, doesn't it? No, I don't mean it. In a good way. It grabbed onto my brain and made me go, ooh, neat. So without further ado, the song of the day for your Friday is something called Scared to Be Lonely by Martin Garrix and Dua Lipa. I love it. I hope you love it too. Enjoy. So there you go, just a little clip. If you're interested in the song, if you liked it, I will go ahead and put a link in the description down below after the show, so you can go out and find it on YouTube. You could just Google the name of it yourself if you want, if you don't want to wait that long. Again, it's called Scared to Be Lonely by Martin Garrix, Garrix, and Dua Lipa, Dualipa. Love it. Love that kind of stuff. And Lisa likes it too. Good. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, I thought it was good. All right, so now this next story is a little older, and it actually happened last fall, but I don't believe there's a time limit to the effect that kindness has, so I'm going to share it with you anyway. And yeah, this is just a perfect story for my Kindness Matters segment. So here we go. So there's this gentleman who's 75 years old, as outlined in this article over there on HuffPost, that he visits an animal shelter every day and then naps with the cats. Now, accordingly, he doesn't nap on purpose, I guess, according to the people who actually work in the shelter. He comes there to brush the cats. So he shows up and he has his cat hairbrush with him, and then he ends up just falling asleep while brushing the kitties. And then he'll wake up and then he'll find a different cat and start brushing that cat and then fall asleep. So he started showing up often enough that they said, you know what, you are what we consider a volunteer. You're here all the time. The cats love you. Let's make it official. He filled out some paperwork, and now he's an official volunteer over there at Safe Haven Pet Sanctuary. Aw, look at that. That's adorable. Love that kitty. My wife, Karina, loves orange cats. Eventually, when our cat, passes away, I think we will probably be getting an orange cat. She loves orange kitties. So it's a cage-free sanctuary. They specialize in rescuing disabled cats that would be at risk of euthanasia at other facilities. And it's just a great operation. I mean, the sanctuary is good in and of itself, but then you have things like this that make it even better. I love it. He's just, look at how comfortable that cat is. Look at it. Oh my God, it's just curled up on his legs and he is out like a light. And there's the cat brush down below. Fantastic. Love it. And he loves it. And he's not the only one that does that. I guess there's another lady that comes by and brushes the cats and also, you know, I don't think she naps as much as he does, but yeah, it's just great. It's fun. I mean, he could do anything with his time, and he chooses to do this. Am I saying that everybody has to volunteer to go to a cat shelter and brush them and fall asleep? No, of course not. But it's great that when he can do anything he wants. I'm sure he's retired. He decides to do something like this. And Lisa, you are absolutely correct. It's very nice for the kitties, and it's got to be great for him. Obviously, he loves doing it. Otherwise, why would he do it every single day? So you're right. It is a win-win and just warms the cockles of my heart. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Kudos to him. Kudos to the shelter for doing what they do. It's fantastic. It's great all around. Love it. Yeah. So, wow, it's already 9:27. I cannot. It just every day I do this, it goes by so fast, and I hate it because this is my favorite part of the day. Honestly, this is what I look forward to every single weekday. I miss you guys on the weekends. I really do. So, I want to share something that's very much a what the heck moment. Okay, I am all about having the right tools and the right equipment for the task at hand, whatever that is. Okay, if you're going to be cooking something, I want to make sure that you have the correct pan for it or the correct utensil, whatever you need. If you're going to be sawing wood in the garage and you need a skill saw, you should have the right tool for that job, whatever the job is. However, there's an upper limit to that for me in terms of price. While the old adage, you get what you pay for, is absolutely true in many cases, in many respects, this next product goes a little too far in my estimation. And I saw this on one of those videos on YouTube for the Epicurious channel, where a guy was going to make sorbet, and he made it in a machine. Fine, yeah, there's ice cream and sorbet machines that you can go buy at Bed Bath & Beyond or Kohl's or wherever. This thing, though, wow. Okay, let me go back here, and I will show you. Notice the website's name is acitydiscount.com, and no, Bernie, we're not going to talk about this item because this food processor is $6,965 and a penny at citydiscount.com. That's the discount price. And from what I've seen, all it does is slice things up really, really, really finely. Like it, quote, micro purees things. And that's what it does. And that's all it does. And that's ridiculous. That is the price of a small used car. That is exactly, Lisa. What? Yeah, No. So this is, yeah, I definitely draw the line at this. Again, I'm all about having the right tool for the right job, but no, no to this. Absolutely not. So I just had to share that with you because it blew my brain. It just blew my mind out. Um, and so one last thing, I'm running over time here, but I've got to share this with you. And I've mentioned this guy on the show before. It is he's got a Facebook page called Cakes by Timbo, and his latest thing is absolutely amazing. It's not a cake, it's a cookie, but take a look at this. The Joker Portrait Cookie. It's one of 4 cookies that he is highlighting in what he's calling his Gotham Villains workshop that he's going to be doing this fall. Look at that. That's a freaking cookie. That's what that is. It's a cookie. Yeah, this guy is the very definition of next level. If you haven't seen his stuff before, go check him out on Facebook, Cakes by Timbo. Absolutely fun. Completely out of my league. Maybe I could learn to do something like that. Um, yeah, no. They can share with us. Sure, why not? Always up for sharing cookies. And unfortunately, that's it. That's the end of today's show. Happy Friday to everybody. Listen, do me a favor. Uh, if you had fun today, if you like the idea of starting your morning off every day on a positive note to get you energized for the rest of your day, share the link to this because after the live broadcast ends, this stays up as a video on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page, and over on Twitch if you're watching there. So just help me get the word out. I love doing this. I would love to keep doing this. So spread the word, share the link with your friends. Say, hey, there's this weird guy in Reno, Nevada who just wants to make you happy in the mornings and help start your day off positively. And I would appreciate that. And if you like the show and you want to support the show, you can do so over on Patreon. You can find me, Casual Coffee, over on Patreon. I'd appreciate it. And really, I do this just as much for my own mental health as anything else, but any support helps. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. And you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you then. And remember, when you can choose to be anything in life, choose to be kind, because kindness matters. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.